Hello. Hi. How's everyone doing today? Everyone's had a good week. Okay. Yeah, might as well look that so it's open. Okay. So last time we explored a lot of what I guess you'd call the first floor, and we cleared it, I feel like. It's definitely being a fun... It's definitely enjoying this so far. Definitely enjoying this game so far, so it's good. Oh. Oh, okay, I was going to default. It's like, oh no, that's just them, that's just how they include multiple floors. Okay. Okay, I was like real confused for a second there. I was like, but yeah, okay, that's all good. Just have these things set up. Sure, that works. Yeah, like that. Everyone's gonna have a good week. I know we've had quite a bit of news between... I never talked about the Nintendo Direct from last week or what's been going on this week with it. Last week they had like what seemed to be their last real Direct for the Nintendo Switch. And this week they had the Direct that's like really showing off some of the launch Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. It's all really... It's something that's all pretty nice to see, but still is pretty... in the long run, I guess. Like, the Nintendo Switch Direct had some good stuff to show, but then the Switch 2 stuff was kind of mid, not mid, but some of it was like stuff that was like disappointing to actually see. There's not really a lot of ways to say, to talk about some stuff, because the Direct last week had some, like I said, good stuff. It's great seeing the Raito, and it's great seeing that them announce the Raito remaster. Well, the Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Raito remaster. Yeah. That was actually a pretty great piece of news to see. Sure, that works. Sure, it should work. Okay, that should work, I think. Like in general, it's like, I mean, I think it's also just hard for me to talk about some stuff because it's like, you know. I'm sure at this point everyone's already like thought about everything like as much as they can or care to. Like, I don't know, just, I put it. We got some good stuff. Some of the good stuff we got like last week was that the Saga Frontier 2 remaster dropped, which was good to see. Okay. Sure. Okay. So we have zombies now. Block 22. Hell yeah. Tier 3. Okay, pretty good actually. It's actually a really great find. Did quite a bit actually by checking this out. It's a good bit of whim indulging on my part. Yeah, the Glock is definitely better than Derringer, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Not by a ridiculous amount, though. But having more damage is good. That. There, that works. I think the funniest thing about the Nintendo Direct last week was all of the Sony the Sony Studio Japan games that ended up showing up. They had the Patapon remaster and the Hot Shots Golf, and it's just like couldn't help but laugh at that. I mean, it was all good to see, but yeah, it's like, is there anything else like last week though? Like, they're not really I guess there's a few things I was like happy to see that I'm forgetting, but honestly, I probably need to look at what was shown in the Direct again, just to be able to refresh my mind. It's been like more than a week, so that happens. Okay, that's a bit scary. Do that. Alright, there's that entire like Nintendo app they also announced, which is a weird thing, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Yep, we're good. Let's see. Okay, looking at a list to remind myself, it's like, yeah, there's the Gladius. The Gladius, collection, which normally I wouldn't be too interested in, but I've been watching Sarah Lene play Salamander 2 a lot recently, and I'm at least curious enough to try it out. Sure, let's go over here. Oh, Ball Stories, awesome. Sure, this should work. Okay. It's rough, but we're managing, I think. Boom, boom, boom. This works, I think. I think this works. Sure. Okay, and she also seems to the function of that buff seems to be 2 times the total number of burning stat out there. Okay. Okay. Also, they're really good at hitting me with that rod, aren't they? Oh, lack of resources? Crap. Could work. Morningstar, Sledgehammer. So a bunch of really cool stuff. Sledgehammer. Tier 3 blunt. Strength +2. Significant damage and reduces enemy defense. Deals physical damage to the opponent with a body or strength. Okay. Tier 4 blunt instrument. Focus attention. Okay. Wide swing. Forcefully swing your weapon to attack enemies in a row in front of you. That's good. Oh. Tier 3 modified vacuum. Banning injection. Technique for inflicting poison on multiple opponents. Infects all poison. Consumes drug and battery. Flamethrower is a flamethrower. The big thing is it gives +2. Versus Afterburners recycling. Honestly, though, 2 drug would give our Buddhist second use of their healing ability. Wouldn't be the worst thing. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, it's like looking at like last week, it's like, there's, you know, not much for me to really go on about. I guess the other big thing was the trailer they showed off from Dragon Quest 1 and 2 showed off something extremely surprising. It gave us a good feel for what they're going for with the Dragon Quest 2 remake, at least. But the big thing was seeing, oh hey, they're doing they're adding in a new party member. Didn't actually think they were gonna do, but hey. I don't know what they're gonna be. I don't know what their plan's gonna be for, like, say, Dragon Quest 1, but I don't think they even. I don't even think there was too much Dragon Quest 1 shown off. I think a fair amount of the trailer was just Dragon Quest 2, if I remember correctly. Part of the thing with 1 where I'm just doubtful they'll do too much to change it is there's not really a lot of design space left in 1. They've already gone and like addressed some of the big deal stuff. Like the biggest thing was like in the first, Dragon Quest 1 on the NES, it was a bit on the grindy side, a bit. Not that it was grindy, I guess. It's hard to put it. But it's one of those things where it's like they always like look back on like the time they made like the first re-release of it and went, we could tone down the EXP requirements a bit, and it's been the way it's been ever since. Honestly, it's kind of been good, and you just don't have that much room to like add anything at all. It is a very tight experience. It's like the best word to use, I guess. I really need to clear up my inventory. That in of itself is probably the best reason to do some stuff. As long as you're using it, you might as well, right? Just because I might as well, basically mostly just because, like I said, I might as well clean up some of this stuff. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like the real big problem is, like I said, it doesn't really have a lot itself. It gets better attack power, which for some stuff is nice, but something like this where that'd be really good. Well, the problem is there's a lot of good stuff I can give them. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. We do have a second first aid kit now, but not sure anyone has the inventory space. We want that equips. I'm okay with having a second extra magazine. Do we really need a second extra magazine? Maybe I could just afford to give myself a second. What's safety on that? Okay. We can afford to probably give ourselves a second first aid kit over a second extra bullet. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? Oh, that one needs aim. I have to do it like that. Okay. But yeah, it's like, and then what, yesterday, no, it was like Wednesday, and they did the Switch 2 Direct, and nothing really game-wise was a big shocker thing that's like super excited about. Let's see. That's mostly just because, like I said, it wasn't too impressive or anything. Yeah, Point's just not a good fit on him, honestly, just ability-wise. Having his hate go up like crazy is good. It's like I said, it's like in the end, the biggest things about the Direct was just it being some annoying announcements to see. One thing that I've been kind of hyped about with the Switch 2 is the fact that, you know, it should mean, with the backwards compatibility, hopefully that mean better performance for, you know, some Switch 1 games that definitely could use it. And it's like, yes, but also they're going to be charging you like an upgrade, surcharge in order to like really take advantage of that. And it's like, I mean, what I'm hoping is that you can still get a degree of performance, a better performance by playing him on the Switch too, but, you know, all you're paying for is like effectively a texture pack. That's kind of what I'm hoping for is the case. I'm not sure if that's gonna be how that's gonna work, but I hope. And I already know about I paid attention and heard about the whole fact that Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack will give you, let you have like the upgrade things for free or something for some games, and it's like, that's nice, but still, like I said, I just hope in the end they just, what you're paying more for is like a texture pack than anything else. But can't really and won't really know until, you know, I mean, I don't know if they've talked about it during the directs they've been, the Treehouse stuff they've been doing. It might be. Apparently I've seen people talking about some of the stuff that, some of the news that's been released about game file sizes. Which, other than being kind of annoyed at them with the micro SD stuff, I'm kind of... Oh my god, I hate the Discord overlay thing. It's like that Discord overlay for games that, as far as I can tell, there isn't an option to turn off, but I don't really tell because I don't want Discord to do overlays. I don't. We're doing pretty good, honestly, though, yeah. It's like stuff like the Switch 2, it's like, it's cool, but playing 3 is not something to be worried about or stressed about anytime soon. Which is especially good with how things currently are, so yeah. We're making progress. We're doing a lot of fights though. Herbology. Increase the number of uses of drugs by 2. Now it's comparable to until it's level 3. Okay, that works. Sure. Okay, we got some new stuff. The Kunte. Goblins famously shouted Kunte as he was being injected by a syringe. The legend and the legend from a weapon, the spear for warriors. +1 drug. 2 injury. Or a big single target heal. And you get an attack that can inflict paralysis. Venom Striker, tier 3 injection spear that lets you poison like crazy. Not actually bad either. Interesting. Old syringe spear. Yeah, kind of whatever. Honestly, wouldn't mind that though, I should say. Problem is, she doesn't have the intelligence to really make use of it. It's like, as much as I want to make use of that offensive ability, I'm not sure it's really worth trying to rely on that. Yeah. Alright. I was going to probably just give him something. Yeah, antimicrobial shield is just kind of really nice. Extra HP is... Extra HP is really good. Good, that should work. But yeah, as like I said, the whole like news of the Switch has been the big piece of news, probably just the Switch 2 stuff has been the big piece of news to pay attention to. And as for stuff in my personal life, it's going. Like, as much as I'm getting feeling disheartened with the job hunt stuff, it's not like I've gotten any rejections. It's just been silence. And with, and at least in the case of the one job thing that I've been having my hopes up about, it's one of those things where for as much as it's been like 4 weeks since I've been interviewed, my friends who work there very much keep going, don't worry about it. They just take forever. On top of, plus there's a couple other things, so gadgets, drug, But yeah, it's one of those things where there's just a lot going on, and I mean, this is part of the thing is they keep going, oh, maybe we should hire an additional person to the help desk, which, yeah. I mean, in some ways that's a good thing, but explosive battery, but just has attacks. Okay, that's interesting. Gives you that same explosive battery stuff, but instead of having anything really else to contribute, just gives you attacks. Don't mind that per se, but I guess the big thing is I don't ever feel like I really wish, and I haven't really felt too much in a position where it's like, oh, I wish Lisa had a non-resource intensive event. Like, it happened once. Otherwise, so we kind of just blow things the hell up. Combustible gas bomb. Throw a ball full of combustible fuel that bursts on impact. Inflicts non-physical damage to burning opponents according to their burn gauge. It doesn't deal damage on its own hot roast, so it's best used alongside flamethrower. Protection. Increases defense and resistance gained when using for patients. Okay, interesting. That worked out. Rescued a quest who's been captured in Chrysalids by the ore on the insect's back. Rescued Shota. They say they make a living doing scientists. They seem to be able to move, so you tell them where your base is. It seems they have at least enough fuel left for the return trip. That works out. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, the other thing is I have, when I say also, it's been just dead silence. I mean, I have sent them a couple emails at this point asking for like an update on where I'm at along, and just you know, just a general like trying to be, you know, kind, asking, oh, you know, where am I, you know, what's the, you know, basically what's it look like for me? And it's like, just dead silence. I sent an email last week specifically the whole thing. It's, you know, I got that certification, so it's like, you know, it's, you know, pretty much. Yeah, it's exactly what you expect. EV Pod stands for Electric Vitality, which refers to the medicinal effect of electricity and energies for which it is used. Special Pod increases the maximum amount of drugs and batteries you can use by +1, the maximum amount of purification fuel by +5. Okay. Feels weird. Okay, I was like... That was weird. We have hide. Not really actually too much. That makes me feel like I want to use them. But yeah, it's, like I said, that's also kind of what I was doing last week, was after I did my certification stuff, once I got that certification stuff squared away, I went and looked up, I tried to find emails for job applications I had out, and sent in basically updates going, hey, yo, this is a bit relevant to this position, so I'd like to inform you. Yeah. Interesting, though. Question, it is in fact slower than Flamethrower. Let's test this out. Not bad at all. Might change up the map a bit. Modified brush cutter. Literally your worst combat chainsaw. Okay, yeah, I don't think it actually consumes burn to do that. Repair club. Rebar club. That might be more the speed for... Yeah. One shot, careful aiming. Provides a chance of repeating the use of the snipe skill. I don't think she has snipe. Unless it's like... No idea. But yeah, it's one of those things where I really am hoping things work out, but like I said, it's a process. It's one of those that for as much as, you know, I do need to practically treat it as if I've kind of been ghosted in terms of, you know, looking for the sake of, you know, job hunting, there's a degree where it's like, I do need to trust my friends though also when they say, yeah, it's fine. That's how it always is. Oh. New boss. Oh. Do that. Sure, that works. Sure. Sure, okay, yeah, that works. Why not? Okay. Awesome. Slave Rider, that sounded nasty. But it's dead now. Oh, level 35, so yeah, something meant to be a giant pain, but we managed to actually beat it up without too much trouble. There, that should work. Yeah. Good, good, good. White Crane. What's that? Tier 2 drone. Healing instead of... okay. Also gives you... also does extensive throwing, so not like you're giving up actually a lot. That's not bad, actually. It doesn't actually have the ability to use drugs, but getting more drugs is good when you're running someone who can already do stuff. Good. Homemade pistol, explosive darts. Sure. Okay. Uh-oh. I dropped that, replaced with that, yes. There we go. Some crazy shit that time. And still only really worth one level. Max AP. Not bad. We got someone who finally has stun life. So it feels like we've fully explored. I said it feels like we fully explored up there, but now I'm not so sure. Definitely doing pretty great though in this game. Yeah. Ooh, a sniper rifle. That's the first one we found. That's the first sniper rifle we found. Tier 3 heavy firearm. Snipe ability. Requires a gadget to use though. Yeah, that's real good. A bunch of materials, not that we really need materials right now. Arms collection, 25%. Little bomber. It's not that impressive, yeah. We're currently using Blackhawk, which it's not actually better than. In fact, it's the worst Blackhawk, honestly. Homemade hand cannon. Sure, let's jump up over here. I definitely feel more willing to just burn resources right now thanks to just how common a lot of stuff feels. Like now that I can now that I can regularly just beat up enemies, it's not a big deal. But enemies, you know. Well, now that I can regularly beat up enemies, food isn't really that big of a worry. Get your knife spear. So, like I said, I guess some other stuff I've been working on is I've started trying to get myself back into programming a bit. Kinda don't want to work. Kinda don't want to jump back. Don't want to like jump immediately into like doing some. Don't want to like jump immediately into like some certification stuff right this second, since you know things are already kind of in a bad spot in terms of some stuff. So it's like it's painful for me to go. It's a pain for me to go. Oh yeah, I'll be able to take care of this. It's like yeah, mostly money wise, yeah. Search costs money, and there are some cheap ones I can go after, but. Oh, second antimicrobial shield. Combustible gas bomb. I feel like the passes are a bit on the are actually rolled randomly. Yeah, it's really good. Sure. Everything's alright, but yeah, like I'm doing some practicing with some Python and programming. I've been poking around at Python. Half the stuff has been me just sitting back and getting myself to learn whatever syntax things I need to learn. Handmade bomb. Okay, interesting. Vitality absorption attack. Inflicts non-physical damage to opponents and recovers your HP equivalent to the damage inflicted. So it's an attack that does not... Yeah, like, and it's been fun playing around with it, but there's just not much to really say about it. It's like, the nice thing is I do have a firm grasp of a lot of fundamental programming stuff, so that's not a problem. Got another presser recovered. Tonkatsu gun. Heavy firearm, full bullets. Makes 3 shooting attacks against random targets for 1 action. Interesting. Regaining? Huh, interesting. The detonator. Okay. More of a tank one, though. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think I should have actually moved the camp. It's getting plenty of experience, that's for sure. Okay. There's a reason we're just zooming up levels, honestly. Combat's a breeze, and yeah. Okay. A lot of debris. Because we found a few more people, we're not needing 107 food. Not that bad of a thing to be working on towards, but yeah. Okay. There's one of those good old Maws. Weird little shortcut. I don't know if this feels like a giant waste of time. Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, that absolutely destroyed them to the point where, bodyguard, please. Bayonet, Riot Shield, Block 22. think the riot shield's new, yeah. Tier 3. Boom, boom, boom. Sure, we can plus that. I wasn't realizing right, we got 2 sledgehammers, so. Yeah. On one hand, I guess it's nice. You can bypass a lot of that stuff, but yeah. Oh, there's something. There we go. That's our food department taken care of. I'm actually feeling a bit weird over here. Let's see. Let's go see what is actually over here, though. Just another kind of useless shortcut, I guess. No, it's not that useless. Got me another base camp. I don't really want to move yet, but as it is, we're kind of... I guess, if anything, I should head down here, see what's in that empty, that unexplored space, and then make a decision on what I do movement-wise, because I do have enough food. I don't need to worry so much about moving the base camp. Sure, I'll beat you up. We can pass on the flamethrower and just go with air raid for this. Alright. They don't need to be doing that. Yeah, I should work. Dagger, and that is just... Definitely better than the combat knife. Just another option. Okay, so it does in fact meet up with down there. In fact, there's also a base camp over here. Another quester can be seen casually humming to themselves in the station ruins. You tell them that you don't like the song, that you're under a smile. Based on what they tell you, it seemed that they were not able to travel with any friends, and so that they had to be going solo. You decide to invite them to join you. The quester accepts the invitation with a smile. The quester's name is Shake and Asuka. They claim to work as a mobile police. You give them the location of your base, and they agree to meet you there, and you begin to make your own way home. We do have a key, so might as well, but it doesn't really do us any good. Ooh, flashbang, that's no. Projectile. Flashbang grenade that tremendous light and sound emitted paralyzes all enemies. Also has an attack. Not a bad item to get, but don't really have a slot in it for it in this team. Purification mask. Plus 20 purification fuel. Not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, that's the route to go, I believe. Go at him with the chainsaw also sounds like a good idea. Jeez, that whole combination, the combination with the flamethrower is absolutely brutal for... that works. Yeah. Thankfully, Bodyguard basically clears that up. Oh, it can fail? That's not good. Mayday from the Snip Claw. Tier 3 drone, air raid, first aid. Not a bad one. Currently she has the Black Hawk equipped, so that'll be 5 more basic power at the very least. With the option of a resourceless first aid to toss around and plus 1 drug. Not that bad at all. perfectly fine. It is annoying that apparently Bodyguard can fail, but not much I can do about that. I don't know why I care about that when materials don't really matter. Check out what... oh, let's take a look. Sorry, I'm kind of still processing that. Okay, now that I'm... so first off, what's this tomahawk? Blunt instrument, just attack and has like something thrown. Okay. And they just have Justice as part of their kits. They have Bodyguard, they have Stronghold. And it's just like a giant teddy bear. Okay, I'm just... I don't know. Look upside, they have Justice baked into their kits. They do have Stronghold and Bodyguard. Protective Formation is really good, and Advanced Guard's also been my bread and butter in a lot of ways. By category, thank you. First things first, look at the shields, I think. Yeah. I thought Plate Shield could give Advanced Guard, but... The problem is that the protection from protective formations really hard to want to give up, because that it gives you so much, a lot of really good burning, bleeding, poison, paralysis resistance, and honestly, I mean, I will admit I have the antimicrobial shield, which gives poison and paralysis shield, but those are as separate skills, whereas that's just everything in one. It's like hard to pass. It's the one problem with like getting new characters in this is it's like it feels like passive. The skills they get are randomized to an extent, and feels like you either win the lottery or you don't. And the characters that you use are going to be getting a bit more level, so they'll probably end up with one more passive. So everyone's got to like. It's just a question of who like rolls good. Shay definitely seems pretty good. Honestly, she feels like she'd be competitive with Haruka, but Haruka is doing pretty good herself. Max HP 20, skill that ups how well she hits, along with being able to get passives that can how good that is. The only thing kind of holding her back is me insisting on having a crowbar equipped on her. And there's Sarai, who's just instant death as part of the skills, basically. If anything, Debrox feels like the most superfluous, but when I need Debrox heals, I need them. But I could probably actually drop... that's the other thing, though. I think that, but the E-Sutra is very good. It's passive, end of turn, double the amount of drugs I have, everyone's debuffs are reduced by that amount. And that's just really good. Yeah. What's Gold Shield have again? Gold Shield gives Iron Wall, so it's pretty much better than the Kick Mitts. The Kick Mitts are basically clipped on them because they give them Firewall, but having 2 First Aids actually isn't bad, because it means they have 2 they can throw out 2 of them a turn instead if need be, and that's actually not bad. We also feel that escorting at 10 drugs right now. Let's see, is there anything I actually would want to replace the crowbar with, just attack-wise? I really like the crowbar because it's got a thing for... Yeah. I really like how the crowbar has a lock. What thanks this? Don't burn to death? Oh, right, I've had that. Give that a shot? Sure, I guess. It's not a bad idea. Offensive's something I really would like to play around with. Extra drug, extra battery's not bad either. She does not actually need to use Fanning Injection at all. She can just smash with poison. The only problem with it is it's based off intelligence, which she just doesn't have. Yeah, she's not big on that. Could give her the sledgehammer. Yeah, sledgehammer would probably be the best thing. I guess there's also Morningstar, but I'm definitely leaning more towards sledgehammer because that's more big damage. But both are really good. Sledgehammer would basically 9 plus whatever damage these have. I'll go with Sledgehammer for now. I think that works. Alright, we want to give her that new drone we got. The bomber, was it? No. No, wasn't that Mayday? It was Mayday. Yeah. Only big thing is with this is some more drugs. Yeah, we still increase the amount of drugs we have, so yeah. Alright, where are we at? We're up here. Reality, we want to move. Down to Shibuya, that works. Okay, yeah, that is pretty comparable damage-wise. Yep, gotta be tearing through things. So, we want Advanced Guard at least. One of the interesting thing about this game is how building the character seems to be dependent on the passives they gain, their class, and the equipment you give them. Equipment can make up for not rolling certain passives, and also that's like the one thing I've really noticed, but it's also hard to beat rolling certain passives as well. Sure. Hey, big scary creatures popped out. Bad news for them, I'm a pyromaniac. Okay. Still need one more key. Drug making spear, okay. Tier 2. Drug formulation, technique to create drugs from purification fuel. Gives you treat injury. Consume drug, greatly heal someone, and suction. Not bad at all, actually. I'm a bit disappointed I can't go beat that thing up yet. I mean, sure, it looks scary, but we're like scarier, so it's fine. It balances out. Sure, let's look at a bit south from here then. Oh. I'm all out of keys, so... And just let the party go. I guess... Okay, there isn't anything behind that. Oh, USB support. The great earthquake that hit Tokyo created a vast underground labyrinth. For some reason, deep underground, vicious creatures were hiding. It could be that there's some kind of secret hidden deep beneath the earth. It looks like there's some information here. Somehow I feel like the purification fuel system is working better. Well, glad we found that. I am glad I found that live camera super early. I'm not sure if that was like something that they put specifically and deliberately, or if it was a random find, but I'm really glad I found that. I'm gonna go here. Another homemade hand cannon. So there's a key over there. Sure. Yeah, let's go with this. Ooh. First time Lisa's ever fell in battle. Hard to blame her when it's a fight like this, though. Whole bunch of enemies to chew through too. Just a second. Okay. Sorry, I missed something big in the group, my friend's group chat, but no. Levels. Okay. Just zoom on through over here. And get back over there. Just gotta go digging. I have to wonder just what all the game can do challenge-wise. It doesn't feel like there's like too much else it can really throw at me. Bigger scary enemies, sure, but I think at this point... I mean, it had to be something that could just instantly wipe people, period. I guess. Got ourselves a key. Also, it's like don't really feel like there's too much more room for us to like grow strength-wise ourselves either. I guess if I had to guess anything, this is simply just the boss of this floor, and after this boss is like the next floor. A giant creature has reacted to the sight of us. It's absolutely massive. Someone just muttered that. It's that size, and the relics. It's been swallowing metals and promise. It's gonna be a fierce battle. Two first aids and the iron wall just to be safe. I don't think that'll help out too much, but texture could work, I guess. Oh, good. Yeah, do that. That seems like a good idea. With that, we're out of that. Drop that. Honestly, this thing's almost dead, so let's not worry about that. And that works. And it's down. Silent Assassin. You managed to beat the gigantic creature while dissecting the corpse. You discover the relic it had swallowed, as you'd hoped it would. Is this a heater? It's not something you can easily create now. Some of the parts may be incorporated into lanterns. Successfully improved the air inlet by processing and replacing the parts. Succeeded in increasing the burning efficiency of the lantern. Max purification fuel +5. Tier 4 pistol. Hell yes. 4 bullets. Execution. 2 shoot actions. That's a bridge, so... Oh, new enemy types. Technically just bigger, scarier things of what we've already fought. Okay, I'm sure why not. Yeah, that's fine. Pop, pop, pop. And they're down. Oh, music's changed now. Interesting. honestly, the Glock's not too much weaker, and honestly, gunfire is a better skill, or better thing for the gun to have, for a gun Sarai to have. So, although that pistol would bring Juzo up to basically par with her. Yeah. The only problem is he's not someone I want protective formation on, so that's kind of like, yeah. I'm gonna just blow through this. Oh, there's a path. With a key. Pretty much just trying to be thorough here, especially since I didn't mean to restart back there, but we're gonna have to do that a few times because we're gonna be without food next time. Another homemade hand cannon. Okay. Yeah. We need to just push through. It's one of those things where it's like, it's annoying simply because, yeah, like I said, the real problem is just being kicked back up there to the top of this map when I want to be down here at the bottom. Firecracker ball, that's new. Projectile, acoustic ball, attack, gadgets. It won't burn to death from the Metro Stalker. Sure. Like I said, really annoyed at that part. All mind. Patience. Focus strength throughout your body and take a stance of pain endurance. Increases defense, success rate, and resist. Okay. Immortality. Become immortal. The greatest wish of any true protector. Even if you are down, you're long enough to consume purification fuel and gain a chance of reviving at the end of carrying. Yeah, this is the thing that ends up kneecapping me going, I should try it other people, is when the core people I've been using just keep getting things as like, oh, that's really good. Okay. This could be good. All of our food worries might be taken care of immediately. Awesome. That's exactly what I was looking for. That or gun food. I'm annoyed that I'm basically sitting here in silence, but I think it's something I think that's something I can just generally chat about. So specifically it's a fate thing. In FGO we recently got the collaboration event with the FGO arcade thing, the FGO arcade game. Yes, Fate Grand Order had an arcade game in Japan. Is this weird thing. I mean, it's a need from what I understand of it, but also it's a giant predatory racket, because you know you're feeding money in to play a machine, but you also need to feed money in to do gacha rolls because it still has those. Yeah. But the details of FGO Arcade aren't really important for what I want to talk about. Because the big thing is the collaboration event is pretty much them messing around, well, basically doing something more with the antagonist of arcade, is pretty much what it turns out to be. Auto energy converter. Technique that automatically converts and accumulates ingredients from corpses. Recover all explosives and batteries at the end of the turn. What? Does that mean she just doesn't care? We just nuke things from orbit with... We'll see. First things first, that move. But yeah, it's basically them trying to resolve more, do more with the villain from Arcade. Because the FGO Arcade's big overarching villain was something that's been being dealt with a lot in FGO itself, so it makes sense they'd want to touch on it. Plus, it's also Hunting shotgun, okay. But it's also something touching on a character from Fate Extra who kind of hasn't really had, well, they've had a decent showing in FGO, but they haven't actually had a showing. It's a thing that's kind of weird to get into. There's this big thing with, they really dislike touching on characters who they felt like have already been fully explored in other games. It's why Tamamo normally gets kind of shafted in terms of showing up and doing things, and Nero kinda gets to show up and do things, but she hasn't really done actually too much in reality. But basically the big thing is the villain from FG Arcade was Nero, kind of. I'll skip a lot of the intricacies of it, but Purification Fuel is versatile. Not only can it cleanse disaster zones, but it also has potential to transform into all manner of things. For example, adding a small amount of few of the substances to Purification Fuel in a carefully measured manner can allow it to be used as a substitute for gunpowder. It has many applications. It's effectively Nero, but Nero in terms of... It's funny because it's kind of like an innocent monster Nero. In the context of innocent monster and Fate, is it basically means someone who's... How do I put this? Someone who, due to popular perception of them, it has an effect on how they and who they are. And basically, it's the whole... One of those... It's, you know, like the New Testament, how they talk about like, the Beast of Revelations, and the basic kind of base. They were kind of basing it off of Nero because of back in Rome. Like, I don't know all the details myself because I'm not well studied, but from my understanding, it's the basic thing of Nero is part of Nero's time as emperor was big on, was part of like the top part of the time when people, there's like a bunch of stuff against Christians, persecution against Christians, so. And so, and one of those things is like beasts are these things in Fate, well, in Nasuverse that are kind of big, how do I put this? They're generally treated as grand obstacles that humanity needs to overcome, but they also just generally don't show up that often. They're basically apocalypses, effectively, diluted into a single entity. I mean, to sum up the kind of stuff beasts have done apocalypse-wise, there is the Beast One who basically incinerated all of humanity, specifically humanity from, I want to say, was it 1000 BC to 2017-ish, thereabouts, give or take a year for the NA server, possibly. I do mean like incineration, yeah. So like I said, they're pretty much, you know, if you took an apocalypse and you know, compact it into like a single entity. And this event ended up being kind of nice, because got to actually touch on that side of Nero as well, because they honestly don't ever touch on kind of the more negative sides of Nero. They always really focus on the they've always generally tried to depict her positively. So it's interesting to see them actually try to explore Nero, who has a more... It's interesting to see them just actually explore the more, like, negative aspects of Nero in a way as well, so... actually touch on it and talk about it. Like, it's one of those other things that's kind of annoying is they always hyper-focus on Tamamo's, like, negative aspects and then never really do the same with Nero. Even though Nero herself, you know, the depiction of Fate, isn't really shy about it. They know they're not ignorant of it all. I guess is the good way to put it. And it's also not like Tamamo's ignorant of her stuff either. It's just this weird double standard thing going on. But it's nice to have seen them actually address that and actually, like, touch on all of it. It made the event really nice, and the end of it really got me thinking about my first playthrough of Fate Extra a decade plus ago, which, specifically thinking about that playthrough, despite having played it plenty of times since, was nice. Oh, shit. 3D printer, heck yeah. What does that do for us? Is that just a bunch of stuff combined into one? No, it's just to create gadgets. I think create gadgets is pretty rare, so that's actually not too bad of a get. I don't think I've actually seen it that much, whereas a lot of other things usually have relevant creation things, so... Yeah, that's the thing, it's got me because a lot of, like, the big whole climax of the collaboration event is really steeped somewhat in just Nero and Fate as a whole, which it was a good sense of nostalgia to be hit with. I actually really appreciate that. Although I should say I can't speak for if CCC ever actually addressed that stuff, but I doubt it did. Like, I doubt it ever really addressed that stuff, so... I mean, I could be wrong. I still need to get to CCC at some point. A part of me was at some point thinking of maybe I'd stream it. I'm a huge Extra fan, so unlike some people, I actually enjoy the battle system. But apparently, from what I've gathered, it's not the most stream-friendly game, but not just because of, like, it's the fact it's kind of a... Okay. So the gold ones do respawn, but you need to actually have someone on hand who can actually unlock stuff in order for you to really get at it. But maybe a crowbar would be enough. boss time. Okay. But it's one of those things where it's like, I kind of would like to maybe, but I just don't... Like, when I say it's has a reputation that it's like, you know, not, it's, like I said, not because of the gameplay presentation, it's the content. So it's like... So it makes it hard to, like, makes me go, not sure if I even want to try, you know? Like, the way it is, but... That should help us. Want that. Good. Bridge Burner and Cowboy. So a revolver. Dual wielding. Equip 2 weapons of the same category, increasing the number of attacks by +1 at the start of your turn. This buff does not apply when wielding weapons of different categories. So a pistol, so 2 pistols would mean +1 to attacks. Okay. The Glock is a pistol, so actually might work out pretty well, I think. Yeah, be a good idea. Okay. Sure, we can give that a shot. Let's go equip that crowbar. Maybe we can give it a shot to see if we can unlock that stuff. Also, we really should. Yeah, we'll see. Bum, 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 bum. I'm basically just trying to make room. I figure it might just be better for me to... We got multiple Katsu guns too. Okay. But when we go, like I said, I want to go check the... How can I get to that thing? Okay, that thing's not actually too far. Just go over here. Okay. I don't mind trying to fight this. Sure, this should work, I think. Okay. Sure. That should work? Yeah, that should easily work. that. Block 22, Sledgehammer. Awesome. That was worth it. That should work, yep. Okay, cool. So we do have good stuff in those, but it'd be an annoying grind to be like poking my head into it a lot. That's the real takeaway I have from this. Like, good, but I won't. I guess, like I've said, I really enjoyed this game for as simple as it is to play. It's not... The only thing I'd say is I don't think I'd be too interested in taking advantage of the New Game Plus thing. Wouldn't go Shibuya. Modify. Got my chainsaw. Because making that hit harder is good. Six cycles, 7 days. Really want to know what's in this door down here. Riot shield? Nah. Feels like I just wasted a key. Shinjuku through Chomei. Yeah, pretty much just go here and we're gonna start trying to actually progress through to the next area, next zone. Oh, you wanna go this way. Oh, wrong, because there's one over there. I can be really dumb sometimes. Just push on up. Okay. If we got that, then we should do this. Let's see. Yeah, should work, I think. Let's go. Level up Stradivari again. I do at least appreciate, for as much as I'm not using anyone else, the fact that the live camera actually at least lets people stay somewhat leveled up. I wouldn't feel so bad about bringing them into the fray if I ended up like deciding I needed to change things up for some reason. I forgot to move again. It's just gonna be hell either way. Let's just get this out of the way. I was needing to move, but I forgot to because I'm a dumbass. And honestly, they can go back. They can go attack things too. An old musket. Okay, that's the new weapon. It's not good though. Through these will be fine because we need the... I kind of need to get myself some... need to get some more food anyway so we can actually move. Oh, we do actually have 30 food, so we'll be able to move, thankfully. Thank God. Alright, I guess one other thing I haven't really talked about is there's been some nasty storms going around where I live this week. Real nasty things. It's absolutely insane, like Sunday power. Sorry for that eruption. Did I move? I didn't move. Move there. Alright. Yeah. Why my door shut? Yeah. I have my door shut when I'm doing this. That just snuck in my room, and it's like, oh, I don't know, sorry. And again, I'm not going to be going for too much longer as it is. I kind of just want to find a campsite on the other side of the river. Well, I say river, but just this stream of water, potentially on the ground, I think. So. Not that you can't have rivers underground, but yeah. Like I was trying to say, it's like, yeah. Last week, was like, yeah, just insane storms. Until, like, seemed like power got knocked out, like, everywhere it felt, like, last Sunday. Like, absolutely, like, everyone seemed to lose power. It was insane. Rough encounter. Yeah, I want to do the rough encounter. Really mean. Good work, I think. That's some great. That's supposed to be a really difficult encounter, and we just breeze through it. That's why I'm not as worried as I probably should be half the time. We do want protected formation for that. Should be fine, I think. It should be dead before then. So just tear through everything. Second hunting shotgun. Second folding sniper rifle. And a key. And I'm just looking for like any kind of like base camp here. Ooh, rude. Honestly, I should probably just call it good here. We're making good progress. We're making good progress. We might, I don't know, we might be able to do like a stream. I don't know if it's going to be next stream or the stream after. It might be 1 or 2 more streams of this game, honestly. I'm not going to do any of the New Game Plus stuff, I don't think. I don't feel compelled enough. I mean, I enjoy the game, but I'm not sure I enjoy its gameplay loop that much. I'm someone who gets stuck in my ways a bit too much, so... Anyways, let's see if there's anyone to raid. Also, because the cat who decided to sneak in my room is going, please let me out. And it's like, I'll open the door in a second. Empress Fredola is currently live doing stuff in Final Fantasy 13 too. That works. Anyways, thank you all for coming to watch. If you watch a VOD, thank you for watching VOD. I'll be back. I might try streaming again on Sunday. We'll see how I'm feeling and stuff. Anyways, goodbye, take care, and hopefully I'll see you again. Peace.